I really hope that Erased it will become as good as I have a feeling that it will become, because then this show could become the best anime this season, most likely. Or maybe not, because it has to compete with Rory from Gage. So yeah, but still, it could become that, and it could maybe even go as far as becoming a classic anime in 10 years' time. One you basically have to have watched, like Elfen Lied or Death Note, because that's the feeling I get from this first episode of the show. However, we will have to wait to see how the second episode plays out, and that will most likely not be released until next week. So yeah. But what is the show about? It is about a guy called Funuma Shotaro, who he seems like a little bit of a downer. However, we find out over the course of this episode that he has an ability called Revival that allows him to, shall we say, save people. Because when something bad is about to happen, or sometimes when something bad is about to happen, he is being pulled back in time, like a few minutes or maybe a few seconds or something, and then he has to find out what is the bad thing. And luckily for him, in this episode, he spots that the driver in the truck he has fallen asleep, and he tries to wake him up. And when he sees that if he doesn't do anything, the driver will run over a kid, he pulls the wheel, or he pulls the driver's arm, so the truck it drives, shall we say, turns and merely managed not to hit the kid. However, we found out that even though normally there's no negative impact from using the revival, or not using the revival, basically from the revival, sometimes the negative things hits him, as we see in this episode when he collides with a car directly, basically smashed directly into it, and he is in like one of those small pizza cars. So yeah, he gets sent to the hospital where he's been told by one of his co-workers, Katagari Ari, and let me just say it like this. I ship those two. I ship Shotaro and Ari so much. I ship them, man. I really like Ari. I really, I really hope that the mother of Shotaro, which has, oh my god, her lips, man, that is the first thing I saw with the mother. I really hope that she is right and that those two end up together, because I like those two together. But back to the hospital. She informs him that he has been out in 2 days and that he was hardly injured. However, the car driver, he was actually not sleeping. He had gotten a heart attack and had died. And that's why he didn't react when Shotaro, he was like slamming on the door in order to try to wake him up, or screaming. So yeah, really interesting. And then we find out when he comes home and his mother is there that in the past he was talking with a guy called Yuki, or his real name was Jun Shirotori, who was like, he was a local guy, and he was seemed very, shall I say, encouraging to Fujima, because he tried to basically make him get better and, shall I say, smile and be more positive instead of the negative that we see today. However, we find out that 6 months later he has been arrested and blamed for serial kidnapping and murder. And one of those people that was kidnapped was one of his friends, or not friends, one of his, shall we say, schoolmates, called Koyu Hinatsuki, the red girl as I call her. And it's interesting because we then later find out that it was actually not him. It wasn't Yuki, because Yuki, he doesn't seem like a guy who wanted to kill the kids. We actually see the murder later on in this episode. However, he doesn't get the name of it, and he kills the mother of Shotaro when he is on his way home after. I think he's actually on his way. Yeah, he's on his way home after, what you call it, after work, and there he's been met by the police, or let's say like this, when he comes in and finds his mother dead, he has blood on his hands because he is stupid enough to touch her. And then when the police comes, he runs away, and then a revival happens, and he's sent back into the past, where he maybe can save, what is he called, Koyo Hinasuki, because he blames himself for not saving her, because the last time he saw her was in the park when she was just being alone, and he thinks that if he had just shouted out to him, "Hey, let's go home together," he could have saved her. Maybe she wouldn't have vanished and died. So yeah, I think what is gonna happen is that he's gonna go back now in time, or he's getting a fresh start, where he basically will meet this Kuyo Hinasuki and change the event so she will survive and there will not be a murder. He will maybe even catch the murder, because apparently the mother has seen the murder before because before she dies, she says, "I was right." So she must know the murder. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what Erased will give us, because I must say, I originally wasn't sure why people were so hyped for it, but after this episode, man, I'm on the ship, man. I'm on this ship. This is gonna be one of the best animes. At least I hope it will. I almost kind of want to read the manga, but if I do that, then I spoil myself, and I don't want that. So, yeah. All I can say is have a good day, good night, wherever you are, and I will see you tomorrow. Cheers, guys. Or girls.